गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव। जे उत्पत्ति स्थिति लय करे वेदो स्तुति उच्चरे जनारोम सुछिद्रमा अणुसमा ब्रह्मांड कोटि फरे। माया काळ रवि शशि सुरगणो आज्ञान लोपे क्षण एवा अक्षरधामना अधिपति श्री स्वामी नारायण। जनि अमृतवाणी तो वही रही साक्षात महिमा रूपे। जनि ब्राह्मी स्थिति अहोलिन करे सुभव्य अक्षर पदे। शरणागत निज अल्प जीव सहुना श्रेयार्थ तत्पर रहे। काका स्नेहल सिंधु दिव्य विभुने हयो तो वंदन करे। सजानंद स्वामी महाराजनी जय। सर्वे गुणातीत स्वरूपोनी जय जय जय। प्रगट ब्रह्म स्वरूप काकाजी महाराज, पप्पाजी महाराज, स्नेहल सिंधु दिव्य बंधु शताब्दी पर्व महोत्सवनी जय जय जय। प्रगट ब्रह्म स्वरूप हरिप्रसाद स्वामी महाराज आत्मीय युवा महोत्सवनी जय जय जय। प्रकट ब्रह्म स्वरूप जसभाई साहेब सर्व सुरदम पर्व महोत्सवनी जय जय जय। सद्गुरुदेव की जय जय जय। आज के आनंद की जय जय जय। सर्वे गुणातीत स्वरूपोनी जय जय जय। I think we are all still in the Shibir mode and really our battery is charged up. આપણે બધા શિબિરમાં ખૂબ ખૂબ આનંદ કરીને આવ્યા. હજુ બી આપણો કેફ ને મસ્તી એવાને વચ છે. અને પંકજભાઈ બી ખૂબ ખૂબ બધું યાદ રાખીને આટલા બધાને ખૂબ આભાર ને ધન્યવાદ આપ્યા. એનો બધા ઘણાના નામ કદાચ રહી ગયા હોય તો બી જેનું નામ બોલાવ્યું એમાં આપણું નામ આવી ગયું એમ માનવાનું તો આપણને આનંદ. સાથે સાથે જે બધા તૈયારીઓ કરીને લાવ્યા હતા એનો those who came with the nice preparation and gave a nice expressions of their feelings and their thoughts, we want to thank them also. It includes our youngsters, our middle agers, our wisdom force, all everybody. But I think the Shibir was well received and well enjoyed. So if we have time we can say also that what was the most important thing you liked it from the Shibir, and we can have a session maybe. I had asked our children, our youngsters, in the last meeting when I was there. અમારા બધા નાના નાના છોકરાઓને મેં પૂછ્યું કે તમને શું ગમ્યું વધારે શિબિરની અંદર. તો જે ડ્રામા કર્યો એ બધાને બહુ ગમ્યો. The kids, they were enjoying the drama what we did. And here is, we spent the least amount of time to prepare the drama. એમાં મારા ભજીયાવાળો તો યાદ આવે છે. ભજીયા હતા ને નહીં કે બટ સમોસા અને પાછું પેટ બી મોટું બધાને લાવે. એવું કરતો નહીં હું પેલા. So maybe a thought, for the next Shibir, that if everybody enjoys the drama, maybe we can spend more effort and time, and make it more enjoyable, And the reason the drama is, and I'm sure, you people would have liked drama also, It's not just the youngsters, પણ ડ્રામાની અંદર શું છે કે આખો પ્રસંગ આપણને ટચ કરી જાય, આખો પ્રસંગ આપણને ગમી જાય, એટલા માટે ડ્રામા વધારે ગમે. પ્રવચનો કરીએ તો અમારા હર્ષાબેન જેવા કોઈક ભાગ્ય હોય કે જેને બધું યાદ રહે. આપણે તો સરસ વાહ વાહ કરીને પાછા ઊભા થઈ જાય. પણ ડ્રામાનું વધારે યાદ રહે. અને સારા પ્રસંગો એવા લઈએ વિચારીને થોડુંક સરસ રાઇટઅપ કરીએ તો સારું પડે. જસ્ટ એ થોટ. Sunday we have a very big program, and a program ni andar we may not give enough justification to all these events, So what I thought that why don't we do the Swaminarayan Bhagavan and Ramchandra Bhagavan's birthday celebration from today, and then we have to do for our birthday people, And if we can do that, maybe I think it would fill our evening today, And I can say a lot, but I want to leave some room for you, and I want to go to our youngsters, Oh, Kiran bhai nahi avi kya? Aaj kaun se? Ketan bhai. Oh, Ketan bhi gaya. Acha. Okay, I will go also, તમારે આવવું હોય તો બી આવજો. It's up to you. તમે તો ત્યાં સેવા કરો જ છો, ડેડિકેટેડ, પણ છતાંય. So what I'll do is I'll just say a little prayer and my, emotion and bhavna, for the birthday of Swaminarayan Bhagavan. And then I will have something more, on Sunday also maybe. But first of all, in our culture, and all over the world, whenever the divine power comes on the earth, it has done a lot well to the society and to the culture. And that divine power is recognized also sooner or later in the history, જ્યારે બી ભગવાનના અવતારો આવે ત્યારે એવું કોઈક સરસ આપણને સમજાવીને સોંપીને જાય કે જેને લીધે આપણે જ્યાં છીએ ત્યાંથી આગળ વધીએ. આપણા હિન્દુ ધર્મની અંદર બધા ઘણા અવતારો છે. એમાં 24 અવતારો મુખ્ય બતાવ્યા છે. એની અંદર પણ 10 અવતારો એથી બી મુખ્ય છે. In our Hindu religion, we believe that there are many incarnations of God, comes whenever there is a need. In there are 24 incarnations which are well noted and well described, Out of 24, there are 10 which are even more powerful. The first one was the fish incarnation, Matsya Avatar. And there was a big rainfall and lot of, problem in the whole world. And to prepare from the calamities, God took the incarnation of Matsya Avatar. It is also very parallel to in Christianity also. They call Noah's Ark, right? Noah's Ark, And it's so much separated from each other, and still there is an evidence. So there has to be some correlation, But after that, there were many incarnations. The 9th and 10th incarnation, or maybe 8th and 9th, was Lord Ram and Lord Krishna. And then the 10th one was Buddha. That is how, it is described in our scriptures. So, જે રામચંદ્ર ભગવાન જ્યારે પધાર્યા 10,000 વર્ષ પહેલાં, તે વખતે ભગવાને એક મર્યાદાનું સ્થાપન કર્યું. Lord Ramchandra, when he came down on the earth, he established how a relationship between all our associates, all our relatives should be in the peak, at the highest level. A relationship between father and the son, the mother and the son, the daughter and the father, and daughter and the mother, brother and brother, sister and sister, brother and sister. All these relationships, they were picked by Lord Ramchandra Bhagwan. And he was very much for the people. We have a system which we call dictatorship. That a person who is dictator, everybody will have to follow what he is saying or what he is telling. And he may be misguiding, he may be guiding, depends on how he is. Then the next system is called democracy. In democracy, we take the common masses' opinion and input, and then from there we generate certain guidelines and other things. There is no guarantee that democracy is the best system, because if more than 50% of the people are drunkards, then they would vote for drinking, and that system will not be a good system, More than 50% of the people are gamblers, or drug takers, or illicit sex behaviors, then system will fail, But then, don't worry, the divine power will come, clean it up, But democracy is good, that at least we are taking the opinion of the culture, people, and then let them understand what is right and what is not right. We can talk a lot about that system, but we don't want to spend time in that, just to give you the idea. But there was another system in the time of Lord Ram, And that system was that Lord Ram was of the opinion that for me and my family, we are totally dedicated for the public, for the people. And if anybody gives any small comment, I have to follow that and please the person. And we know that Vachnamrut Gadra last 11, Chelanu 11, Sitajiની સમજણનું. You can read that, and that is where the message is, that even Sitaji was not at fault, or at total fault maybe, A washerman, a cleaner's man, made a comment. There is a long story to that. And because of that, Lord Ram, put her into the jungle, and stayed away from her for about 12 years, This is unparalleled, It is unheard of any other kings or any other rulers who would go out of their way and take the public's opinion over their own family, But Lord Ram did that, Also at that time, the kings were marrying more than one woman, He changed to one woman, And we are using that nowadays also, There are so many other good things, He takes the arrow out of his, collected arrows, That arrow does not go back. That arrow has to aim for a purpose, And whatever he speaks out of his mouth, that does not change also, So these were very good things, Lord Rama taught, And it has been going on all these years. And then Lord Krishna came, And we will talk about Lord Krishna in Janmashtami, But these are the two powerful incarnations. After that, we have seen the unparalleled incarnation of Swaminarayan Bhagavan. He came on this earth, and he came in a form of a sadhu, a saint, and acquired saintly impressions, and gave the saintly message to, the whole world, And it was just humbleness. It was caring, And there is one small story, that one day there was a group of people from the, western part of India, Saurashtra and other things, were going on a big function in Vadtal, There was a big function in Vadtal. વડતાલની અંદર મોટો સમયો હતો અને રામનવમીનો, અને તે વખતે મોટો સંઘ કાઠિયાવાડથી નીકળેલો, અને હાથી ઘોડા અને તબલા અને all these nice activities, So all these people watching that, they were also enjoying. So there was a boy about 11 years old, 12 years old boy. He liked it, And he heard that they are going for a good function, So he told his parents that, can I go? And they will come back. Can I come back? And parents said, okay, you can go. Nowadays, parents will not give okay to 11-year-old, right? But parents gave that okay. So without any shoes or anything, he joined. And he went with that. Nobody knew him, who he is, On the way, a thorn pierced him, on his foot, And he could not walk. He sat down, he started crying, People were passing by, He saw and said, oh, poor boy, And then just were going, What happened is, after all of them gone, this boy now got lost. He says, I do not know how to go to the function. I do not know how to go back to my home. I am lost. And he was crying, But Swaminarayan Bhagavan saw that, And there was one devotee called Mava Bhagat, He was coming behind and he saw this boy and he said that, what are you crying for? What is wrong? And then he showed the thorn and then he said that he was going for this function, but this is what happened. So Mava Bhagat says, don't worry, I am going there, I'll take you with me. પેલા માવા ભગતે પેલા છોકરાને જોયો કાંટો વાગેલો, તો એણે કહ્યું કે હું તને ચિંતા નહીં કરી, હું તારો કાંટો કાઢીશ અને તને લઈ જઈશ. ગામમાં જેને કાંટો કઢાવ્યો એને ઊંચકીને છેક સમયામાં આવ્યા. Now this, when this thing happened, everybody had come there. So Muktanand Swami and all these saints, they were saying to Swaminarayan Bhagavan that now you give the discourse, everybody is here. So Swaminarayan Bhagavan looked around, if Mava Bhagat is here or not. And he did not see him. So he told that, still there are people coming, I will wait. Muktanand Swami says, everybody has come, How come Bhagavan is waiting for somebody, And in about, 15-20 minutes, then Mava Bhagat came carrying that boy, Bhagavan saw that, and now he says, now the function is full, Now the message is, that we want to help within our capacity, whatever we can, to the devotees, There may be some devotees in trouble, some devotees not behaving our way, some devotees may be, not to our liking, allergy and things like that. But besides all these things, we have to remember that if Swaminarayan Bhagavan wants to be happy on us, then this is our inner message, This is our feeling, that we want to be in service of the others, So today it is happening throughout all our Gunatit saints, they are always in that way, And in this Shibir we had this slogan, that we want to become Brahmarup and serving God, So if we all become Brahmarup, then our chart is finalized, So let us keep working at that. And I was reading today Bhagaji Maharaj book, and somebody told, that if you are attached with anybody, then make sure that that person goes to Akshardham, otherwise you will come back, So Bhagaji Maharaj is telling Shastriji Maharaj, everybody, that don't worry, if I have to come 25 births for you, I will come. But I will make sure that you go to Akshardham, And, we see that, that it is going on. We may be the recycled souls, coming, but let us make this as a final push. And this birth, we want to meet the goal. So આપણે બધાને અક્ષરધામમાં જવું છે એવો જ પાકો સંકલ્પ રાખવો છે અને આના આ જ અવતારમાં આની આ જ લાઈફમાં એવું પાકું કરવું છે. ખબર બી નહીં પડે અને ભગવાન લેવા આવશે. ખબર બી નહીં પડે અને આપણે અક્ષરધામમાં બેસી જઈશું. બધા જ જવાના જ છે, કોઈ રહેવાના નથી. સો સરસ. આજે બીજા બધાને બી પંકજભાઈ થોડાકને લાભ આપવાનું કહો અને અમારા છોકરાઓને થોડા વધારે રાજી કરીએ એવી તમારા બધા મુક્તો છે, ભગવાને મોકલેલા છે. ચાલો, સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની આજે અમારા સીએમ પટેલ એમનું ફેમિલી આવ્યું છે, એમના માટે બી 1-2 મિનિટ આપણે ધૂન કરીએ અને સરસ એમના ફેમિલીને બી ખૂબ ખૂબ બળ મળે. સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય. સમનારાયણ 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 ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામી, ગોપાળાનંદ સ્વામી, કૃષ્ણજી, અદા જાગા સ્વામી, ભગતજી મહારાજ, શાસ્ત્રીજી મહારાજ, યોગીજી મહારાજ, કાકાજી, પપ્પાજી, હરિપ્રસાદ સ્વામી, પ્રમુખ સ્વામી, મહંત સ્વામી, જસભાઈ સાહેબ, અક્ષર બિહારી સ્વામી, મહેન્દ્ર બાપુ, રાજુભાઈ, રમેશભાઈ, વસીભાઈ, ભરતભાઈ, અરુણભાઈ, અશ્વિનભાઈ, હરકચંદભાઈ, કાંતિભાઈ, શાંતિભાઈ, સુરેશભાઈ, યોગીનીબેન, પ્રતિમાબેન, શારદાબેન, જયુબેન, લીલુબેન, માલતીબેન, ભારતીબેન, બાબેન, તારાબેન, જ્યોતિબેન, પ્રેમબેન, બેલાબેન, આનંદીબેન, દાસ સ્વામી, પ્રેમ સ્વામી, કોઠારી સ્વામી, મુકુંદ જીવન સ્વામી, શાસ્ત્રી સ્વામી, નિર્મળ સ્વામી, શાંતિભાઈ, અશ્વિનભાઈ, ઘનશ્યામભાઈ, કાંતિ કાકા, પ્रणભાઈ, લાડમલ, કાની શેઠ, કિશોરભાઈ, માચરણ, સાદીદી, સર્વેશ્વરબેન, હિંમત સ્વામી, હરભાઈ સાહેબ, ગુણાદી સ્વરૂપે મહારાજ, અમારા ગુના માફ કરજો, સર્વના દેશકાળ સુધારજો, સર્વેને સુખિયા સુખિયા કરજો, બળ બુદ્ધિને પ્રેરણા આપજો. હે મહારાજ, અમારી ભૂલચૂક થઈ હોય તો માફ કરજો. આપના ગમતામાં સહેજે સહેજે વર્તાવજો. સજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય જય જય. આજ કે આનંદ કી જય જય જય. સદગુરુદેવ કી જય જય જય. સર્વે ગુણાતીત સ્વરૂપોની જય જય જય. And happy birthday to all our this 10 days. Happy birthday સત્સંગી ભાઈઓ બહેનો બધાને. જય સ્વામિનારાયણ.
સહજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય જય જય. ગુણાતીતાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય જય જય. સવિધામ ધામી મુક્તોની જય જય જય. આજે સવારના આપણે સ્વામીજીના સાધક સ્વામી છે તે સ્વામીજીના સર્વે પ્રસંગ સ્વામીજીના પહેલાં ફોટાસ ને મૂર્તિઓ મોકલતા હોય છે. તેમાં આજે ભાવેશભાઈ બડા એમને સરસ મેસેજ મૂક્યો છે. ભાવેશભાઈ લખ્યું છે, ઓ પ્રભુ સ્વામિનારાયણ, થેન્ક્સ અ લોટ for coming down on this earth for your devotees and making us sanat. Also, as Gunadharan Swami says, Undha Kamal Chata Karya. The lotuses which were reversed, they were made, upside down, Chata Karya, made in the right orientation. Undha Kamal Chata Karva Padharya. Thanks again and again for giving us your shelter. May we never forget who we belong to and whose devotees we are. Please bless us so we become your Bhulku, and you carry us around as mother would not let child roam alone. Love to you, Prabhu Swaminarayan, from all your devotees. Happy birthday, Lord Swaminarayan. નાના ભાવેશભાઈ ઉપાસનાની વાત કરી. May we never forget who we are. We talked about this before. It's how we want to be remembered as, how we want to identify ourselves. And I think Bhajbhai was saying that we want to be identified as children of God or devotees of God. And that's the best title or the best identification. So thank you, Bhajbhai. Then I was reading Swaminarayan Bliss. It was a chapter or an edition from year 2009. Give me a sec. And I wish Vashi uncle were here to talk about this, because he would have done such a fantastic job explaining this. There you go, 2009 March. Huh? Tardev Sabha. Na, generally, Maharajnu, it's a description of God. One of the many perspectives of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. And this perspective of Bhagwan Swaminarayan is titled as his personal magnetism. કે એમનું એક લોહચુંબી જેવું એક વ્યક્તિત્વ હતું, કે એમની પ્રતિભા એવી હતી. It was like a big magnet where all devotees were just like iron filings or iron pins and would just totally attract towards them. So here is they have talked about several of those elements of God. There's one thing that one prasang they were talking about was Bhagwan. It was like the writer says that it was neither morning nor evening. It was like the dusk time, and Bhagwan Swaminarayan was riding the manki. Manki par chalavta Maharaj avta tha, and Maharaj, everyone who's to Gadda, he came into the Gadda quarters. At that time, there was a assembly, or there was a group of Brahmins who had come there. એ લોકો શ્રાદ્ધનું કંઈ વિધિ કરવા માટે આવેલા, અને they found out that Bhagwan Swaminarayan is here, so they just came to have his darshan. So a group of Brahmins was there, and Bhagwan just comes riding on his horse. Vashankar would say tabadak tabadak tabadak. He comes and he gets off from the horse. You could imagine God in one swift motion, his legs around, off the horse and on the ground. On one swift motion, Bhagwan નીચે ઉતરે છે. અને પછી ભગવાન એટલું કહે છે કે ભગવજી માણકીને ઘાસ ચારો આપો. અને એટલું કહીને પછી ભગવાન દરબારમાં પધારે છે. અને ત્યાં આગળ પછી બ્રાહ્મણો જે હોય છે એમાં અમુક નવા બ્રાહ્મણ પણ છે. some new Brahmins as well, new people. And they take Swaminarayan's Vartman and they take the vow. Among those Brahmins, there was one 9-year-old boy. 9 વર્ષનો એક નાનો છોકરો હતો. Now 9 years old, would be probably someone around Rishi, I would imagine, right? Rishi or Narayan, I'm not sure, but somewhere around that age, સુરેન્દ્રનગર ઋષિ કેટલા વર્ષનો? 9 વર્ષ નહીં કે 8? 8. તો 1 વર્ષ ઋષિ કરતાં 1 વર્ષ જેવો મોટો પણ ઋષિ અત્યારના તો 8 છે પણ હી ઇઝ ઓલરેડી 12. બટ સો 9 વર્ષનો છોકરો આ ગ્રુપમાં હતો અને એને આ ખાલી લાઈન યાદ રહે છે. હી ઓનલી રિમેમ્બર્સ ધીસ લાઈન, ભગુજી ફીડ ધી માનકી, ફીડ માનકી, and that kid, 9-year-old kid, was Kavi Dalpat Rai, and we have heard he's considered the literary genius of Gujarat and of Gujarati Sahitya and literature. That was the 9-year-old boy, and throughout his life he has seen so much riches. Dalpat Rai, people who know about him, he was a very renowned poet, and during British rule and everything he was very educated, very learned, and throughout his life he has seen a lot of things. But he says that the one thing that has etched his memory is that 3 words કે ભગુજી આને ચારો આપો. કે ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણનું એવું વ્યક્તિત્વ હતું, his personality, his aura was so much that it created a permanent impression on this 9-year-old boy, which was Kavi Dalpat Rai. He writes in his memoirs that ભગવાન સ્વામિનારાયણનું આપણું જાકું સંપ્રદાય છે, our whole tradition, our whole satsang group, it has produced like scriptures like Vachanamrut, Swamini Vato, Sikshapatri, unparalleled for the time. It has created saints and paramhansas which were unparalleled again in terms of their conduct, in terms of their learned and education, in terms of their knowledge, in terms of the products. Some were great artists, some were great poets, some were great dancers, like Muktanand Swami, who was considered to be Bhagwan Swaminarayan's even elder guru by. He had perfected the art of dancing, that while dancing he could draw an elephant. He was that kind of an expert dancer. He was a great orator. He was a great poet, and he was very, very learned. And so they had all these santos, he had all the different scriptures, all the different products that were created, and that we inherit as a legacy, as being part of this satsang group. And then he had all the different devotees that had unparalleled devotion and dedication and servitude towards God, which all of them are, if you consider just from the history of religion, and you consider these things in a very objective manner, not being okay because I'm Swaminarayan, because that's why I'm going to applaud it, but if we consider this very objectively, you will come to the conclusion that is all unparalleled. And so Kavi Dalpat Rai was saying કે આખું બધું જ આપણું સંપ્રદાયનું લઈએ, આપણા સંતો, શાસ્ત્રો, આપણા હરિભક્તો, અને બધું જ એક, we put in one side of the weighing pan, and then you put this other thing, and he doesn't say, it's just other thing on this one side. That other thing weighs much more than those things, and he was saying that other thing was Shriji Maharaj, was the personality of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, that it was so immense that it just surpassed everything that was there in this sampradaya. And આપણા સંપ્રદાયમાં સાચી વાત છે કે ભગવાન વગર આપણો સંપ્રદાય કંઈ નથી. Without God we are nothing. Normally I don't like to use the word outside satsang, inside and outside, કે સત્સંગની અંદર અને સત્સંગની બહાર. Our life should be such that should be same, but there are certain differences that make you remark, that make you feel that you have to use those terms, કે સત્સંગની બહાર અને સત્સંગની અંદર. સત્સંગની બહાર આપણે જઈએ તો we have to earn every single thing. We have to earn respect, we have to earn love, we have to actually create those relationships, we have to earn knowledge, we have to strive to learn the truth. All of those things we have to do. If you are not part of satsang and if you're just in the worldly life, nothing is given to you. And when we come to satsang, and especially we as sadhaks, we experience that without any merit we get love, we get respect. By just being called a sadhak or just be called a Swaminarayan devotee. In Motorola there are a few people that are Swaminarayan and they wear the tilak, and normally you would feel very respectful towards them. So just by being called Swaminarayan, some of these things are implicit. The implicit things is the association of a Gunatit saint, a guru. even outside, if you want to know about life, in we can define our life in maybe three, there may be more perspectives, but three perspectives or three quadrants. One is our physical self, second is our social self, which is basically a net sum of our relations. આપણા જે સંબંધો છે એ આપણું એક વ્યક્તિત્વ છે, અને એક આપણું એક સ્પિરિચ્યુઅલ આઈડેન્ટિટી છે. એન્ડ even people who are aware of that spiritual identity, they need to look for a guru that can give them the right knowledge and take them on the right path. But by being in satsang, all of those things are given to us implicitly. Respect, love, knowledge, the greatest truth is shown to us, the relationship is given to us. And that is the value of satsang. Without that satsang, we are all big zeros. At least I feel myself, not by yourself, but myself, I feel big zero. But with that satsang adds the value. Being called Dingar Uncle, so being called Swaminarayan adds value to ourselves. Kind of digressing. But that was Kavi Dalpat Rai's summary, that Bhagwan Swaminarayan is on that side. Then there's one prasang, Adharan Swami, which was disciple of Muktanand Swami. He says that if you start doing dhyan or meditating on or focusing on one independent, like let's say ang of God, let's say you start focusing on his eyes. He says that if the beauty and the grandeur is such that it would be like moving a Himalaya if you have to change from eyes to like nose. That much magnetic God's personality was, And I think we can only imagine what Bhagwan Swaminarayan was, That there was, everyone knows that in our sampradaya that Nityanand Swami, such a learned saint, he's considered to be the incarnation of Vyas. भगवान का भरोसा कैसे होता है? How does people feel Bhagwan? We think that Bhagwan will do some chamatkar or show something, then we will think it's God. He saw God's teeth and he said that ये teeth तो भगवान के हो सकते हैं. From that, I mean, it sounds crazy. It sounds very, out of the world, But that was the magnetism of Bhagwan Swaminarayan. ખાલી દાંત જોઈને એમ થયું કે આ ભગવાન છે. એક બીજા એક હરિભક્ત હતા, ખાલી ભગવાનની ચાલ જોઈ કે આ ભગવાન જ છે, ભગવાન જ આવું ચાલી શકે. પછી એક જણે ખાલી ભગવાનના પગ જોયા કે ભગવાનના પગ આવા સોફ્ટ, બધી રીતે આવા જ કમળ જેવા હોય, ભગવાનના જ પગો છે, બીજા કોઈના હોઈ ના શકે. બ્રહ્માનંદ સ્વામી, he saw his feet and he thought he is God. So Bhagwan's each element of Bhagwan was such that it made people believe. And of course, this you can consider that this sadhus and this paramhansas were elevated, and that's why they could immediately form that connection with God. But that was the personality of Bhagwan Swaminarayan, and it's a great fortune that we are in this association, because for what people to imagine about God or people to understand about God, it's very easily served for us, And if you really dig deep into it, I think Uncle has been saying in the morning sabha કે કયા દિવસે એવો તમે પ્રયત્ન કર્યો છે અને તમને આત્મદર્શન થયું નથી. And Dingar was saying that we have to really sincerely ask ourselves, have we tried or have we sincerely wished for it? આપણને એ સાચેન જોઈએ છે? Then it is possible. And Bhagwan himself has given the boon, We were saying that ભગવાન સ્વામીજી પોતે કીધું કે આપણે જ્યારે ભજન કરતા હોય છે ત્યારે મહારાજ પોતે આગળ આવીને ઊભા રહે છે. And that actually, really changed my attitude of doing bhajan. કે ભગવાન himself is coming. Now we may not see him, but he's at least coming. And that's a big thing, To even get a connection to God, to where he can see us, listen to us, and he can see us, that itself is a big thing. Where he can be, at least we can feel that his presence is there. And with that intensity, if we do bhajan, then we'll definitely get the benefits for that. So today, on Bhagwan's birthday, we pray that we have not done nothing to deserve this association, this relationship. May we strive to understand it more, contemplate on it more, and make the most out of it. And to make the most out of it is to actually really elevate ourselves to the Brahmrup level, where we are with the complete qualities, and we have reached that identification as Gunadhanand Swami wants us to have. Sajanand Swami Maharaj ni jai.